short press briefing. I want to appreciate your presence here today, even at such a very short notice. It's very disheartening that some members of our party engaged in anti-party activities by aligning with other political parties openly and then with other individual contestants who ran on the platforms of other political parties during the last general election. You will agree with me that no party worth its salt would condone such level of malfeasance and misdemeanor. Unfortunately, some state chairmen and their executives, apart from very loud anti-party activities, were also accused of a plethora of wrongdoings which negated the oath of office that they took. This prompted the National Working Committee of our great party, NWC, to set up a disciplinary committee to investigate 3 states. The 3 states include Edo, Delta, and Ogun states. While the Edo State chairman appeared before the disciplinary committee, his counterparts in Delta and Ogun State, Chief Efetobo, and his Ogun State counterpart, Comrade Sunday Olakbosi Ogini, failed to appear on 2 occasions that they were invited. Consequently, the NWC met on Thursday, April 27, 2023, and came up with the following decisions. Number 1, that both the chairman of NNPP in Delta State, Chief Efetobo, and his Ogun State counterpart, Comrade Olakbosi Sunday Ogini, have been expelled from the party with effect from Thursday, April 27, 2023. 2, that the executives from the state down to the local government and ward levels in the affected states, that's Delta and Ogun states, have been dissolved, effective also from Thursday, April 27, 2023. 3, the expulsion of both Chief Efetobo and Comrade Sunday Olakbosi Ogini will be taken to the National Executive Committee as well as the National Convention of our great party for ratification as specified by the Constitution. Further developments on what happens next in these 2 states will be communicated to you as soon as decisions are made. NNPP demands free, fair, credible, transparent, inclusive, and peaceful governorship elections in Kogi State, where we have presented very formidable candidates in the person of Dr. Mubarak Saliu Musa and his deputy, Honorable Tenimu Idris. Then that of Imo and Bayelsa states, the names would also be made available very soon, but we are calling on INEC to ensure that there is a level playing ground for all the political parties that are contesting these 3 off-season elections. These elections are critical for sustainable democracy in Nigeria. The will and mandate of the people must be respected. The party urges INEC to provide a level playing field for all the political parties and their candidates participating in these elections, and ensure that every vote is counted and made to count in the overall results that would be declared. This implies that the bimodal voters accreditation system, BVAS, must function excellently, maximally, and then optimally. Nigerians will not tolerate any excuses for poor performance from the Independent National Electoral Commission this time. We must get it right this time and redirect the ship of the nation to the path of rectitude, progress, development, and advancement. Insecurity has been the bane of the nation's development and should be effectively tackled and crushed to move the country forward. Most eligible voters were unable to come out to vote during the last elections because of fears of not being able to return back to their homes. And this is the reason why we had that very embarrassing level of voter turnout to decide the present people that are about being inaugurated. NNPP urges security agents to sit up and effectively discharge their constitutional duties in tandem with Section 14, subsection 2B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, which states that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. Nigerians want dividends of democracy to get to them, not carnage. Enough is enough of kidnappings and gruesome killings of innocent people across the country. It is time to restore the dignity of our nation as the great arsenal of democracy in Africa. Together, we should be able to build a new Nigeria that ministers to the needs of every Nigerian, anchored on the principles of justice, peace, love, unity, equity, and progress. I thank you all for coming. Let me place it on record that these are internal issues of the party. Their nominal heads, who are the state chairmen, are the ones that have been used, and they are the ones that we're prepared to talk about in the public. The rest are issues that the party is looking into, and that's why I said that further decisions on what would happen next across those states would be communicated to you. At the moment, the two chairmen have been expelled, and then leadership is trying to say, the thing sounds like an overkill to him. But I can tell you that those who are familiar with the internal workings of our party, as well as the provisions of our constitution, would tell you that if there's anything like an overkill here, it's rather supposed to be an overkill. Because they did things that are very strange and alien to our constitution. We caught some of them even on tape, on the faces of the newspapers, on the screens of the television, openly endorsing candidates of other political parties. And we tried to call them to order, and what we got was that they were doing what their local politics demanded, and these are clearly not in the interest of the candidates. The funny thing is that we fielded candidates in those same states, and they abandoned our candidates who they are supposed to be working with or working for, and then went across to go and endorse other candidates. So there's nothing stringent in it. Our constitution says the process, suspension, it depends on the weight of the allegations. After investigation, what happens determines what your punishment should be. In this case, we opted for outright expulsion because apart from the fact that we provided an opportunity for them to be heard, the first invitation was extended to them. They said they were not going to come. Some of them even responded in writing, going further to say that they won't come and that nothing would happen and all of that. And so no organization takes that level of indiscipline and insanity. And so the disciplinary committee recommended that we don't need to waste time by going through the whole gamut of suspension to this and that what we needed to do was just go straight to expulsion, and the essence is that they are now used as deterrents for others, scapegoats, so that other state chairmen would learn from such level of arrogance and such unacceptable level of indiscipline. So, can we get the name of the suspended or expelled chairman? I mentioned them. That of Delta is Chief. No, that of Delta is Chief Efetobo. And Edo, I told you that the Edo chairman appeared. And we have given him more room to provide more evidence, to be able to answer some of the questions that were put before him. So he has about 2 more weeks to return back to the disciplinary committee. That's to tell you how fair we are. If they had appeared to ask for time to be able to, defend themselves, create opportunity for them to be able to defend themselves more, we would have obliged them that. But what they did was to frontally confront the NWC to say they are not coming and that heaven will not fall. So the Edo chairman is expected to return again in 2 weeks' time to appear before the disciplinary committee before a decision would be taken on his case. Then the expelled chairman for Ogun State is Chief Comrade Sunday Olakposi Ogini, yes. Well, again, it's just that you're only taking advantage of your privilege as media people to dig deep into the internal workings of the party. Otherwise, I would have told you that's not your issue that you should bother about. But because you've asked, let me say that The party is already working towards maybe an extraordinary national convention where a decision will be taken and a substantive national chairman will be put in place. And I think we expect that to take place within the next 6 months. Our constitution says every interim arrangement terminates within and not beyond 6 months. So we'll be calling on you anytime to come see what we will do. There will be a convention very soon.